What's going on? Will Freeman, RevolutionaryLifestyleDesign.com, talking to you about the success secret that no one wants to hear. I'm sorry, it's kind of a clickbait title, but it's also fucking true. That secret is repetition, doing the same fucking thing every fucking day, living every day like the movie Groundhog Day. It's boring, okay? That's the secret. Being successful, getting to success is fucking boring. It is the same thing every day, okay? Doesn't matter where I am in the world, I'm doing the same thing every day. Today I got up at 6. I'm the first person up in my building. I'm the first person out on the street. It's dark when I get outside because I'm going to the gym. No one else is on the streets. I'm coming home from the gym now. Everyone else is going to work. I've already done my exercise. I already damn near killed myself in there. And now I'm going back home. While I'm going back home, I'm doing a video. I've got a coaching call in 30 minutes. That's gonna be 2 hours. And then I'm gonna work on my monetization project. Money's going up every month. A lot of what you guys don't see behind the scenes is I've got a lot of coaching calls, and then I do a lot of work on monetization projects. Stuff like running ads, stuff like increasing coaching revenue. And then at night, I'll usually read some type of educational material that can help me make more money, help me expand my business. And usually, if I'm not filming a video on the way to the gym and back and forth, I'm listening to a Grant Cardone interview. I'm listening to somebody who can help me get to where I want to be. And that's going to be about increasing videos on YouTube, blowing up your brand on social media, building a 7-figure coaching business, selling info products, or it's going to be on stuff like taxes, passports, emigrating, where the best place to be is in 2020, where I want to set up my permanent base, pretty much from sun up to sundown. Okay. Other than that, my mom's here to visit me, so I'm playing tour guide. That's it, man. And it's the same thing I was doing in Thailand. Same thing I was doing in Canada before I fucking left Canada. I've been doing this since 2012 is when I started writing articles on my site. Maybe you just found me from YouTube. While I was doing that, first 3 years of RLD, I worked a full-time sales job, making 100 cold calls a day. But I've been an entrepreneur since 2008, except I failed at everything I did. 4 failures in a row, back to back. No vacations in my 20s. Not one. Not one vacation. 4 failed businesses back to back while I was still working a sales job. In between that, I had a few failed relationships, including one where I lived with a girl. Had to get all new furniture. That died in the middle of our lease. Didn't stop me. Same thing day in, day out. So everybody wants to be Grant Cardone now with the jet and the hot wife. But I just feel like you guys, like some of you might, but the vast majority of you guys just have no idea what it means to do the same thing every day and how fucking boring it is. You don't want my life. That's why I don't do those videos on top of the mountains, even though like I've had insane, crazy experiences, you know, since I left Canada, like mountain drives that you wouldn't even think would exist. But I'm not filming a video from the top of the mountain because it's a lie. It's 0.1% or 1% of my experiences are that. And the same thing for all those other guys who are selling that shit. Like, I pray to God that I don't have to do that fucking dumb shit to blow up on YouTube. Like just become increasingly more retarded to the point where I'm standing in front of a Lamborghini counting a bunch of cash, you know, or standing in front of a jet that I don't own. Like, Grant Cardone owns a jet, everyone else is lying. You know, they might have chartered the jet. But all that's a lie, dude. Like, that's not how wealthy people act. Wealthy people usually aren't on social media talking about this shit. Like, really wealthy people. You know? So you have to keep all that in mind, dude. Like, most of you don't want my life. You don't want to do the same thing every day. Like, how do you succeed in business? How do you get free from a job permanently? Okay, remember that 92% of businesses fail. Of the successful, within 3 years, of the successful businesses, 64% of those don't make more than $100,000 profit. Okay? A lot of the time there's a partner involved in that too. And that's just pre-tax. If you're living in the West, you're looking at paying like 35% on top of that. Because you're paying business and you're paying personal. And then if you're in Canada like me, you're paying 15% sales tax, GST and PST on everything you fucking buy. So those businesses won't fail in 3 years, but they'll fail in 10, because if you can't consistently make more money every year, your business is going to die. If your business isn't growing, it's dying, just like everything else, right? It's either growing or it's dying. It's either expanding or it's contracting. So it's not about you have to make a bunch of money to get rich, and like being rich is, you know, the pinnacle of life. You have to continue to make more money every year and be on offense to make sure that your business doesn't fail. Okay? So you can look around. In the last 10 minutes since I've been walking, all these businesses that I'm looking at, I know that like 90% of them won't be here in 10 years. I wouldn't start one business that I've seen. I wouldn't start one of them. So that's what's got to motivate you to work so fucking hard. People ask me, why did I work so fucking hard? I'm not going back to a job. Even now I'm scared. Okay, I have literal nightmares about handing out resumes. You know, back in Canada. Literal nightmares. And I haven't been in Canada for the last 5 years. Well, let's not die here. And I don't need to work a job. I've got money saved. I've got good money coming in from this business and from my other business. But the fear is still there. I also grew up poor. I remember very clearly what that was like. That's been burned into my brain. Okay? I've been through a tremendous amount of pain in my life. So doing the same thing every day, which means just going to the gym and doing videos and doing coaching calls and selling, is a fucking joke compared to where I came from. It's a joke. Okay, the stuff that causes regular people to tap out is a fucking joke for me, man. Because I remember that pain so clearly. So this is what stops entrepreneurs from being an entrepreneur. Okay? The secret to success: set up your daily routine. First of all, if you're not organized and you don't have a routine, pick up my book, How to Get Organized, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/products. Secondly, do the same thing every day for the next decade, which means outbound selling, inbound marketing, closing deals, and then managing the clients that you have, and start blasting that stuff out online, organically. Whether you're selling real estate or insurance or financial services or coaching or asphalt paving or any blue collar business or personal training or anything like that, okay, it's gonna be the same procedure. Just do that every day for the next decade, continually expanding. At least the next 5 years, do the same thing every day, 10 hours a day, okay? It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I mean, you're supposed to get bored, you know? That's why Facebook and casinos make so much money, because the average person is so fucking weak and has such a short attention span that they'll go off to porn or online poker or Facebook or any other stupid fucking distraction besides doing what it takes to become successful, because they're not long-term thinkers. Or they'll start a business and tap out after 2 months because it's boring. You know? I had a friend who said he couldn't work from one city for more than 2 months at a time. He was always traveling. You know, I worked in the same office for half a decade, making 100 calls a day. And then I would go home to the same apartment and work on my business. So that's what it takes to get free. That's what people aren't telling you. I hope I'm conveying just a small amount of the pain and the routine and the boredom and the drudgery that it's gonna take for you to get free, or for you to continue to be free. Even if you're doing well right now, you have to remember that you have to keep staying free, okay? Like 0.01% of people are financially free. Those are the odds that you're going for, right? Those are the odds that you're going for. You need to be making minimum 6 figures a year, all right? So you're trying to beat the odds significantly. Like, hard work is the start of it. Running a boring routine is the start of it. Repetition is the key to all success. You don't put on, look at those guns. You don't put on muscle for working out for a month. Okay, it's the same thing. 5 years, every week doing the same routines. 3 to 5 years to start getting the physique that you want. That's what it takes. Repetition is the key to success. So if you're bored of your routine and you're doing the same thing every day, you're on the right path to being free, okay? But the job and the regular life has to be significantly more painful than that, okay? You have to really be coming from pain. And remember that. Like, just make the job and a normal life just not an option. Just take average off the table. Then average is always going to be more painful than what it takes to succeed. So I hope I was able to convey a small amount of what it takes, and that this message received you well. If you need help with this stuff, if you need a kick in the ass, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/coaching. I will gladly do that for you for a fee. It's like the Joker said, if you do something well, charge for it. Much love to you. All the best as always.